Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, students. And my name is Professor H. And I'm going to be the teacher for your English class for spring 2022. I originally came from New York, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use your homepage and what your homepage and what your classroom looks like. And so I will give you a much more in-depth introduction of myself in my introduction video, which is located under modules under About the Instructor. Now, let's start this video, which is about how to use your homepage. All right, so here you're going to have a greeting. And so here I greet you. Welcome to spring 2022. My name is Professor H, and I am your teacher for the class. Now you're going to see a lot of empty boxes. Each week when I record and do my Zoom video, I'm going to place a recording of that Zoom video into each of these boxes. And the reason why they're all blank is because this class has not yet started, and that right now I haven't yet done my week 1 lecture. But when I finish my week 1 lecture, I will put the video right in there, and then all you have to do is click on that video each week. You would click on your Zoom video to watch your Zoom lectures. And you need to watch your Zoom lectures before you take your quizzes. I will say that again. You need to watch your Zoom lectures before you take your quizzes, because I go over every inch of your quizzes in my Zoom lectures. And so here in week 1, you are going to be doing 2 things. You're going to be doing a week 1 forum. I'll show you where that is in a second. And then you're going to take your week 1 quiz. I will have my Zoom lecture on Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. So don't take your quiz 1, week 1 quiz until after April 13th. That way you will have either watched the recording if you can't make the Zoom lecture, or you actually attended the Zoom lecture. So it's very, very important to watch or attend my Zoom lectures in order to do well on your quizzes. So these are all blank for now. Now these are a recording of your interactive live lectures. And your interactive live lectures are found under your modules. And so the interactive lectures are all the same from class to class. And this is why the recordings are all full. Okay, this is actually how your Zoom, up here where it's blank, that's how your Zoom lectures are going to look when I gradually fill each box week by week. All right, so you can always, either you can read your interactive lectures, which goes over a summary of your weekly readings. It's a summary of your week. So you can either, and then these videos range from 2 minutes to 30 minutes. I believe the longest video is 30 minutes for these interactive. This is not the same thing as your Zoom lectures, okay? This is totally different. This is simply a summary, a short summary of your class readings. Then I talk about what we're going to do for the week. Each week, I'm going to have week 2, week 3, week 4. So right now we're in week 1. And so week 1 forum. So for week 1, you just introduce yourself. You take your quiz after April 13th. That is after my Zoom class. And then you're going to have your week 1 live lecture, which is going to be week 1 quiz prep on April 13th, Wednesday. And it's going to be at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And so Zoom meetings will take place on Wednesdays. You can ask me questions. You can schedule one-on-one Zoom meetings before or after the meeting. So email me ahead of time to schedule your one-on-one Zoom meetings. If you are stuck or if you fall behind, talk to me. Email me, okay? And then together we will solve the problem. Here you have your Zoom meeting link. So you just click on that link and you will be at the Zoom meeting. Okay, this is a example. This is the winter 2022, all of their live lectures. This is what your live lecture will look like by the end of the semester. So if you want to work ahead, you can watch the live lectures over here. If you want to, let's say here you have the week 1 lecture right here. And let's say you think, well, I want to take my week 1 quiz on April 11th. I don't want to wait all the way until Wednesday, April 13th. Well, then you can watch last semester's week 1 quiz, and then you can prepare yourself for the week 1 quiz, and then you can then take the quiz. So for those of you who want to work ahead, you can use last semester's live lectures as a guide. Okay, so and then but I will only grade week by week. So if you work, let's say it's week 1 and you're on week 5, I'm only going to grade week 1 stuff. Okay, so you keep up with the class. But here with this everything already here, you have the luxury of choosing whichever lecture you want to listen to whenever you want. You don't have to wait week by week. So this is winter 2022. That is the semester that just ended. This is why it's all full. Whereas your semester, which hasn't started yet, is all blank. Okay, so I will record new Zoom lectures and stick them over here. All right, so that's what that is for. So far, we've only gone over Zoom lectures and interactive videos. Now I'm going to go over these videos. These are the videos that, just like the Zoom lecture, it goes over the same material as my Zoom lecture. It goes over the quizzes, okay? Only the quizzes. My Zoom lectures goes over everything. Goes over your assignments. It answers questions about your writing. But these videos goes over only the quiz, only. Okay, so if you want to only prepare for your quiz and not have to listen to everything else, this is the week 1 quiz, this is the week 3 quiz, this is the week 5 quiz, this is the week 7 quiz. I will say that again. This is your week 1 quiz, your week 5 quiz, week 7 quiz. Oh, sorry. Week 1, week 3, week 5, week 7. So 1, 3, 5, 7. So you'll get the hang of it very quickly. Okay. So those are your quizzes. And then these are the lecture notes. Lecture notes means that you can't download them. So these are only read only. If you want the actual lecture notes, these are the notes from which I do my lectures. So if you want the actual lecture notes, you can always email me and I will email you the physical copy. So if you click on these links, instead of listening to my Zoom lectures, you can read the Zoom lectures. So some students like to read, some students like to listen, some students like to watch. And since everybody has a different learning style, that's why I prepare different ways in which you can learn the material. And so here you have my lecture notes on the different lectures. Okay, so lecture 1, week 1 quiz or week 1 lecture, Zoom lecture. That's what I'm talking. These are the Zoom lecture notes, okay, just so you know. And these are the Zoom lecture notes from my Wednesday 4:30 p.m. Zoom lectures. And so if you want to work ahead and you want to see, well, what is she going to talk about? Then you can read my week 1 lecture quiz prep, okay, which is the same thing. But what's the difference between this week 1 quiz and this week 1 quiz? No difference. It's all the same. It's just different ways to present the same material. So before you take your quiz, you review either the notes here for the week 1 quiz, or you watch the video of the week 1 quiz, or you watch last semester's week 1 Zoom lecture, or you wait until this semester's week 1 lecture, which is going to be on April 13th, 2022. Now I know this is a lot to take in, but it's a big class and you're going to enjoy it very, very much. So after you have the quizzes, okay, which is known as the Professor H Quiz Resource Center, and then my Professor H lecture notes, which is transcripts of my Zoom lectures. Then you're going to have, I also have fall 2021. That's the same bunch of lectures as the winter one. So you get to choose which season of lectures you want to watch. And then these are the PowerPoints for the quiz prep, okay, which is the same thing as the lecture notes. And so you're like, well, why do you give so many different ways of learning the same material over and over again? And that's because some students like to learn from the PowerPoint version of it. Some students like to learn from the lecture notes version of it. Some students like to learn from the interactive lectures, and so on and so forth. So everybody has their preference. Just make sure that before you take your quiz, you study from either the week 1 quiz PowerPoint, or you listen to the week 1 lecture, or you read the week 1 lecture quiz lecture notes, or you watch the week 1 quiz video. That's your choice. That's the reason why I give so many different options, different ways to study the same material so that you have the choice. So this video pretty much just goes over your home page. Okay, this is your home page. When you click home, then these are what you see. Okay, you get all of this material that I created for this class. And so I'm just going to go over, so that this video mainly goes over this particular version, which is your home page. If you click on announcements, you're going to get all of my announcements. I even put the week 1 grammar quiz in your announcements. So always be sure to read your announcements every week so that you know what's going on. And if you want to know, but who is this professor who gives us so many resources? Then you press on About the Instructor. And then here I have a couple of videos about myself. This video is only like 1 minute long, and if that's too short, you can watch this one. All right? And this is a small little blurb about me, okay? And this is also in the About the Instructor module. So then you go to your syllabus, and then the syllabus doesn't seem to want to. All right, so your syllabus is going to talk about everything, okay? It's going to give you a week by week. Here is the breakdown of your assignments, okay? And then your syllabus, unlike here where you can barely see it, when you open it, you'll be able to see the whole thing. And so always study your syllabus first before you ask me questions so that you know what you're doing for this week. So for this week, all you have to do is the week 1 quiz and then the week 1 forum. Then when I go down, okay, that's it for this. And then here, that's just the syllabus. Now when I scroll down, course summary, you're going to notice all of the due dates. So after you go and look at your syllabus, keep scrolling down under the syllabus and you're going to see all of these dates. All right? So all of these dates tells you week by week what you're going to be doing. You don't need to worry about the bookshelf, okay? Don't even think about it. Now, here under modules. Now, this is an important button because when you click on modules, everything shows up. This is under modules that you access everything. You access your overview, your reading, your table of contents, your interactive lecture. That's what I recorded. I recorded your interactive lectures, okay? And then under the week 1 instructor session, those are my Zoom lecture. It's in there that you're going to find the Zoom meeting links. Here you have your week 1 discussion. In other words, your week 1 forum where you tell me, hi, my name is Suzanne and I come from Colorado and I want to, and so you write down who you are, okay? And then here you take your week 1 quiz. So all you have to do is press modules, and that's how you get to. You can also press discussions. Here you get to your forums. And so here, this is what you're going to be doing for this week, the week 1 forum, in which you introduce yourself. So I introduce myself with videos. You don't have to use videos, of course. If you want to, you could. And then here I have the same blurb. And then I'll ask you, what are your hobbies? Do you do any spring cleaning? Do you enjoy nature? What do you like to do in your free time? Okay, so tell us who you are so we can get to know you. And you would just press reply and then say, hi, my name is, And so that's pretty much it. And then if you want to know your grades or you want to know what assignment you're missing, you go under grades. So that pretty much goes over your, oh, and you can always email me with the inbox. Oh, access denied. Okay. So, see if I can get back in. Yeah. So, so here's your home page, back to the home page again. So let me go over your home page. It says it's under home, and that's where you're going to find the live lecture library with all of my recordings, the interactive lecture, live lecture, which you just saw under modules, what you have to do every week, your meeting links, the dates of your Zooms, then the Zoom lectures from last semester, your quiz prep, your lecture notes, your Zoom lectures from last semester, and then I think this is the last but not least, Professor H PowerPoints for the quizzes. And then here you have the policies, like where you find the Fortis Online policies, where you find the student resources, and that's where you're gonna click down and find the library. That's what I forgot to show you. Yeah, where is the library? The online library. And that's about it for this. So basically you press on modules, announcements, syllabus, and home. And so if you press on modules, you get everything. I'll go over that one more time, see? And then you have the Writing Center, okay? And the Writing Center shows you everything about how to write a paper. And then if I go to, see, I always press on modules, okay? Modules, and then here, the online library. This is where you can find your books. So that's the Fortis Online Library, LIRN. So that's the Fortis Online Library. If you go to About Your Instructor, okay, here is where I have my full official introduction. And don't worry, when you open it, this picture will pop out correctly. Okay, that's how I look, all right? That sort of thing. And if you go to Professor H Writing Channel, you can find all of my videos. And so here is a small blurb, and this is my email, yho@fortiscollege.edu. And so if you want to, oh, this should say 4:30 Eastern. Okay, so that I'm going to fix. Other than that, I hope you've enjoyed this introduction. Okay, so it should be 4:30 p.m. Wednesdays. If you have any questions whatsoever, okay, about anything in this class, feel free to email me, okay? And I am always here to help you. All right, and so this ends this first video for spring 2022. Welcome to spring 2022.